And we are back here on KFYO Mornings with Dave and Matt. It's 7:35 a.m. and 18 degrees in the Hub City. It is a Thursday. It is 7:35, and the Car Pro is on line one. Good morning, Car Pro. Jerry Reynolds.
It's a good day to have remote start on your car.
Oh, we talked about that yesterday. Then I said auto start, and I got chewed out about that. It's not auto start. I made the mistake of saying I didn't know of anyone in Lubbock County that had an auto start or a remote start on their car. I know my daughter living up in New York, we bought her a car, and everything comes with auto or a remote start there, and that's handy.
Yeah, it is. I tell you what, it's handy when it's really hot, and it's handy when it's really cold.
That's the truth.
I'm seeing more cars with it, and today a lot of cars have it where you can do it on your cell phone.
Yeah,
My wife's Range Rover is that way. You can hit two buttons and it'll start right up. Others have it on the key fob. But this is a good day for it. How are you guys doing?
We're doing great. We're doing great. We had a texter yesterday that sent me a picture of his cell phone, showing me how he could start his car remotely from his cell phone. Hey, my new Highlander has a heated steering wheel. Now, does your car have a heated steering wheel?
Well, the one I'm driving this week does, which is a 2020 Cadillac XT5. This is the mid-size SUV.
I'm looking at it.
5-passenger. Yeah, pretty car. This is the most popular Cadillac sold in America right now. It has been for a couple of years with the SUV craze. If you guys remember, 2 weeks ago, I had the XT7, which was a brand new model, 2020. Essentially the same vehicle as this, only this one does not have a third row seat. So now with the Cadillac lineup, and I have the worst time keeping up with the alphabet soup, as I call it, but we've got the XT4.
You just give them some names, don't you think?
I like cars that have an actual name, not letters and numbers.
Yeah.
And I applauded Lincoln because they were big into MKZ, MKC, MKX. They have gradually started going back to real names like Continental, Aviator, and they got the new Corsair that's just come out. But with the Cadillac lineup, you got XT4, XT5. Now you've got the XT6, which is the third row seat version. So they're making it a little bit simpler from the smallest to the largest, and then you go on to the Navigator. This thing has got a $58,000 window sticker. Kind of falls in line with most of the luxury mid-size SUVs out there. Was surprised a little bit, to be honest, that this one does not have a in-dash navigation system.
Wow.
Which, I know, you'd think for $58,000. Now, you can call OnStar and get turn-by-turn directions, but you can't plug in an address and pull up a navigation system like you can with vehicles that are a lot cheaper than this. Other than that, it's a very, very nice SUV. It's got a great interior. Rides and drives good. You know, as I noted with the XT6, for me, the six-cylinder is a little bit underpowered. But I got a heavy foot, and I admit that. But good gas mileage out on the highway, especially because you're only running on 3 cylinders. But overall, I think this thing is going to continue to do well.
Yeah. Well, my car, my Highlander has a 6-cylinder, and I've traded in a Highlander, but this one it has an annoying little hesitation when I wonder if the Cadillac is that way. You press on the accelerator, and there's just a split second that nothing happens, and then it kicks in and snaps your head back.
This one does not have any hesitation. However, I have driven. This is a 6-cylinder. I've driven the 4-cylinder with a turbo, and it is not uncommon for a turbo to have a little bit of lag. In fact, I really was hard on an Audi that I had recently for that very thing. It had a split second, which seems like forever when you're waiting, hesitation in it. And then the turbo kicked in, and you were off and running.
Yeah.
But it was consistent. It happened every single time. This one doesn't have that problem, but then again, this one is not turbocharged. So that's pretty common these days.
Well, I don't know. Maybe mine's turbocharged, and I didn't even know it.
Well, probably is, depending on which engine you've got.
Yeah.
But that Highlander, you made a great choice there, my friend.
Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it.
So, with this Cadillac, what's the difference in price between? You said that they're about the same size, just with the third row seat, between the XT5 and did you say the XT6 or 7?
Yeah, six.
6?
It was right at $10,000 for that third row seat. But if you recall, I was really bragging on the room in the third row seat of the other Cadillac that I had. It was very roomy back there. Would be very comfortable for 2 adults, not 3. But if you don't need that extra seat, save $10,000 and get the XT5 if you like this thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think it looks like a minivan with 4 doors, but
well, it seems to be a common shape these days with SUVs.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I have a minivan and that's fine, but if I was buying an SUV, I would want one that actually looked like an SUV.
Yes, I'm with you. Guys, today on CarProUSA.com under the news section, I've got my annual report on tax code 179. And we walk you through it. I had a CPA firm help me write the article on what you can do and what you can't. This is for self-employed and business owners. And it can be a business owner that just has a small side business, It's accelerated depreciation where if you buy certain vehicles, then you can write the entire thing off in the 2019 calendar year. Whoa. As long as you purchase it by December 31st. If you're self-employed or a business owner, you got to take the time to read this. The thing, because I started writing on this and reporting on it on the show 7 or 8 years ago when very few people had heard of this. And the shocking thing to me was people would write me and say, my CPA doesn't know anything about this. I go, well, it's there. It's called Tax Code 179, and it's actually for a tax code, it's pretty clear. I break it down for you on CarProUSA.com starting today, along with a list of vehicles that qualify.
Now,
it's mostly big SUVs and pickups.
Okay, Jerry, are you going to have that information on CarProUSA.com?
It's up there right now.
Okay, great. Now, are you telling me? Of course, I'm guessing my Highlander, I couldn't take it all this year. It probably doesn't qualify.
No, it's not. There's a requirement that it has a 6,000-pound gross vehicle weight rating. Now, that doesn't mean the vehicle weighs 6,000 pounds. It means that the vehicle with adults to its capacity and luggage would weigh 6,000 pounds.
Yeah.
It's fairly complicated. But, for instance, in the Toyota lineup, 4Runner would work, Sequoia would work, and Tundra would work.
Wow.
I have an Expedition.
Yeah, and that would qualify.
And you could take the whole thing off in 1 year.
Yes.
Well, you're talking about $40,000, $50,000. That would pretty much make you pay no tax, would it not?
Yes, it would. And instead of writing a check, this will allow some people to not have to write a check. Now, you're limited to $1 million on this program.
I'm under that.
So, yeah, I would say you're probably most are under that. But, this is a year-to-year thing. We don't know how long this will be around and if it'll continue or not because, some people are opposed to it because it is a big SUV tax credit.
Yeah, really. I'm wondering how they got this in. This is pro large vehicle, which,
Well, let me tell you, it started in the 1940s. And then it was really put out there for farmers to be able to write off big farm equipment.
Yeah.
Well, some years ago, people figured out, there's certain vehicles that will qualify for this, and that's how it all came about.
Well,
so Jerry,
I've got the whole thing there.
We're running out of time very quickly, but did you get your hands on the new Corvette?
No, I did not. We did. It was at our Chevy dealer here in Dallas. There were 6,000 people that came through and looked at it.
I know, but you should be like VIP for that.
Yeah, no, unfortunately, it was all going on while I was on the air.
Oh, that doesn't help at all.
No, that doesn't help anything. But we do have film and video, again, at CarProUSA.com of the car, how it sounds, It's a beast, guys. This
we-
thing's going to be a hit.
We do want to remind everybody that CarPro is on 11 to 1 here on KFYO every Saturday. And you can learn more about the CarPro at carprousa.com. Thanks a lot, Jerry. Got to run.
Guys, stay warm.
All right, we're trying.
All right, we'll be back with more after this.